Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Oh, good morning, Carlos. I am exhausted. I am so tired this morning. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it through the trading this morning. I might have to go take a nap after this show. I went yesterday and got a whole bunch of shots for my trip to Colombia. I went and they're like, well, you could get this and you could get this. And I'm like, give it all to me, baby. I want to be able to lick a sidewalk with impunity. So I got it all. But, takes a day or two, nice. I think, for the body to adjust after pumping all that stuff into you. So anyways, it's fascinating. Our modern medical science is fascinating. I'm like, won't these things interact with each other? Like, no, you're good. I'm like, all right, baby. Let's go. Yeah, anyways. All right.
The best, my friend. All the best. All right, let's get to a quick look at our gappers list this morning. We got a bunch of stuff in the green, man. A bunch of stuff gapping up today. Similar tickers that we've been seeing over the last couple of days. As I see SETA, SMCI, Bitcoin stuff on here. Walmart. Oh, Walmart's on here. That's the thing. We'll see what's driving them this morning. And of course, MARA and MSTR. So again, the tickers in this sector are new. We've been watching them on this area for quite some time. So we'll be looking forward to see what they look like today. And then gapping, leading the way this morning, DJT. Again, like even with Trump being the president-elect, I don't know how this company is going to make money. So they're down today, 7.3, 1.6 million shares traded. We'll see what that looks like today. Tons of volume. Still difficult to trade, even after all the massive moves we had between the end of October and early November. It's just, you got to be careful with this one. And then some other ones on there. We've been seeing OKLO has been on our list almost every single day. PLTR is also here. So looking forward to that. And we'll see how things look in a couple of seconds here. But before we do that, Peter, let's go to you. What is the U.S. economic calendar showing us today?
The economic calendar is showing us not much, actually. There's not a lot happening. We do have a couple of things. We had housing starts and building permits that came out pretty much on target. Housing starts was targeted at 1.34 million. It came out at 1.31. Building permits at 1.44. It came out at 1.42. I'll round up. Close enough that it doesn't matter. We've got the GDP now, which is GDP growth by the Atlanta Fed coming out at 11:30. We've got Goolsby who's speaking at 12:25. I think also later we have Schmidt who's speaking at 1:10. I didn't put that on my list, but so pretty quiet. There shouldn't be any market moving events today. We do have more earnings. Earnings aren't over. We are in the late stage of earnings. We all probably know that the big one, I would say, for this week is coming out after the close tomorrow. That's Nvidia. But today we did have some retail. Walmart and Lowe's came out. We have some. We have FU to you that came out and XPEV. So we'll talk about all of those. So and more. Let's see what's gapping, Carlos, out there, and we can get going.
Yep, absolutely. Let's take a look here, guys. Leading the way this morning, SMCI. So let's take a look at that one. And again, this has been in play forever, seems like. But yesterday they gapped up, and today they're continuing up now 7%, 19 million shares traded. So again, doing very, very well here. Yesterday, didn't trade that hot right out of the gates, but then into later parts of the day, it did trend very nicely into the close. So not a whole lot of volume. So again, it's difficult to trust these moves because you're getting that explosive volume as you're seeing here in yesterday's action. But I got to tell you, this pre-market activity looks better than what we saw yesterday morning. And it looks like last night, I haven't read the news on this, but last night after hours, we got a recent pop, and we're holding most of those gains. So let's anything going on with SMCI, Peter, this morning?
Absolutely. So at the 11th hour, they had a new auditor step in. So they found somebody who's willing to do the auditing of their books. BDO USA has stepped in and said that they're going to be their independent auditor just in time for their 60-day deadline. So they're going to be hard pressed to get the filing in. They're pretty much they're most likely going to have to file for an extension, and they could get a 180-day extension for the filing of their financial data. However, if it's not immediately approved, there may be a 15-day delisting in the middle, basically where everything just goes on hold, and then it comes back and continues to trade. So we're still looking at so risky, right? Like, careful what you do with this. Understand that theoretically, this thing could still halt, at any time and not reopen. But, it's looking better for them at this point. It'll be fascinating to see what the numbers say, but I'm not even going to guess at those. For now, we're trading the news, right? The news is they found an auditor. So good luck, BDO. You're jumping in there where Ernst & Young said, we're done. We're out of here. Later. SMCI probably going to be in play today. I think the volume is a little lower than I would have expected this morning, just based on like how much it's been moving in the past few days. But I mean, we still have 20 million shares, right? That's definitely in play. So
Yeah, I like us a lot of shares here so far this morning, and daily too. Like, if you look at the daily, we're getting a nice bounce off the lows of around 1650. So I do like it. I had it on my list this morning. Hopefully we can get some good trading days out of this one, like we did when it initially got that gap down. That was really nice. All right, the list has shuffled a bit. If we go back to the top, now leading the way is YM, and this is up 27%. Doesn't look good, so probably won't spend too much time on it. I mean, it looks crappy, Peter. Symbotic? I don't know what this is. Anything worth watching on this?
Symbotic, yeah. They look. They just issued a press release that said they're in the AI game. We're doing AI, so here we go. Anyways, but they did have earnings, and they said, part of earnings, why is it so good? Because of AI. So make our stock go up. And look, it worked. Ta-da. So good for them. I don't know if this is going to be in play today, Carlos. I mean, it's press release that gets the jump. We're talking about 200,000 shares, though, so that doesn't feel like people care that much. Probably going to be fairly lackluster, I would think, when the opening bell rings.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. Moving down here, BKKT. I saw this not yesterday. I don't recall seeing this yesterday, but we saw this a few days back. What in the world is what in the world is this? So last night, maybe you guys saw this at the close for those who are trading the entire day, but look at it go. It looks like it might have halted maybe a couple of times and went up from 12 to 32 in less than an hour. Peter, do you know what's going on with this bad boy?
Yeah, so they are potentially selling off their crypto trading arm to DJT. So that's going to get you attention, right? So this BKKT, which is Backed Holdings, has a crypto services arm, and it looks like they are the ones that the Trump group of companies, DJT Corporation, whatever they're called, anyways, is looking to buy. So I mean, I don't know. Totally unknown whether this thing's going to be in play or not. Looks okay pre-market. The price action movement not that huge, but when the market opens, don't discount anything that's related to DJT and all of the moving parts, I guess, we've got with this ongoing election cycle. So yeah, it might be worth putting on your list. If not, if just for popcorn value, do so, but you might find some trading opportunity. Just be careful. Treat this like a low float. Technically it's not. Oh no, it is a low float. Actually, it's only got just 5.9 million shares in the float. I thought there was more. So yeah, this is definitely a low float. Buyer beware.
Yeah, I want to be extra cautious with this one. Again, I don't know how well this is going to trade. This daily candle looks awesome, but once you start looking, like you look at this daily candle, like, oh wow, it traded amazing yesterday, and you go look at under the hood, and it's hard struck. So I still want to see what happens with it. It's it's like a train crash here. You just can't take your eyes off. So I'll put it on here, BKKT, and we'll see where it goes there. Next on the list, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is all over the place on the gap up list. BTC here, and there's other ones like Amara, MSTR. I don't see our buddies Coin, Rye, and the rest of the gang, but Mara's been very, very active. It's one of my favorite ones to look at. Yesterday, they gapped down quite a bit. They sold off even more. I mean, this thing has been heavily in play, Peter. As you can see, here's yesterday's action. You can see how wild this thing was and try to get going, but then a beautiful sell-off towards the end of the day. Well, what's the latest and greatest on crypto and anything with Mara specific?
Yeah, not a lot changing there. I mean, with DJT looking to buy a crypto company, that's encouraging for the whole sector, right? Because it would mean that there's incentive for Trump to modify the rules, or at least make sure that they're loose, so that those can crypto can get a boost and increase the value of his holdings. But that's all speculation, right? I mean, we don't really know what the administration is going to do. Bitcoin itself is at an interesting place. The price right now is sitting about 92,003 and a quarter, and it's at the high end of the range that it's set over the last week and a half or so. So I mean, we've seen it break out midday. Normally, I would say you got to wait till overnight and see what happens, but this could very well breakthrough midday. I mean, the high that it spiked to on this last run was just over $94,065 is the high I see here. So yeah, if we start going, it won't take much to get all of the crypto stocks excited. So potentially in play. I mean, I think it's worth find your favorite and put it on your list if you don't mind trading the sector. I usually shy away from it, but you do you.
Yep, absolutely, man. All right, let's take a look here at the next one. So that's all crypto stuff. Let's look at AI this morning. So AI here up for 241,000 shares traded right now. So you got a little bit of volume popping up this morning in the pre-market. Again, I don't like this one as much at the moment. Maybe it could be better a little down the line. We were watching this quite a bit, if you guys remember. Maybe almost beginning of the year now, so a few months back. I have not looked at it in quite some time, Peter. Anything interesting coming off this pre-market?
Yeah, I haven't looked at AI, like the actual ticker AI, in quite a while either. But this is C3 AI, and yes, they did announce that they've got a strategic alliance with Microsoft. So Microsoft's got alliances with thousands of companies. So it's not big news for Microsoft, but it's good news for C3. Whenever you get to play with one of the Magnificent 7 or 8, or anyways, the big boys, it's always good news for your company. So they're trading up on that. Relatively low volume, though. I'm only seeing about 245,000 shares so far this morning. So I'm not sure how well this will trade intraday.
Yeah, I don't like it. Moving on to the next one here, guys. Let's look at XPEV. So XPEV this morning, we are at the moment up 3.7, 1.5 million shares traded. Not typically a good day trading ticker, but this morning they got quite some volume and they're up nicely. Peter, anything with the EVs or Chinese
Well, XPEV
stock maybe?
specifically was. Yeah, XPEV was one of the ones with earnings this morning, and they gave a pretty update view. They actually missed on revenue, but I got to think there's something wrong with the reporting revenue, because the numbers I was getting showed them at about 1.4 billion in revenue for the quarter, where the estimate was 5.4. So that can't be right. There's no way they missed revenue by $4 billion. But they did have upbeat guidance, so you also can't be that far below your numbers if you increased your guidance. So overall, it looks like there's actually, so while there's some issues with the number, I think it's probably a conversion from the won to the US dollar that's causing a problem there. But it's like you said, Carlos, it's a tough one to trade. If you look at it, it gets a lot of volume, but or decent amount of volume, but it gets very, very sort of, it looks like the algos are trading it, right? Not a lot of retail in it. You can see that barcode type effect happen in most days. So it did have earnings. The outlook looks good for them. They did have a loss in the quarter, but that was expected. So they're not yet into a bottom line profitability position. But like I said, they increased their guidance for the balance of the year.
All right, there you go, guys. If you guys like this one, you could definitely take a look at it. It used to trade somewhat decent. I haven't traded this in a very long
Yeah,
time. I don't think I'm going
it,
to start today.
it did.
So yeah, I'll keep it off my list. I'm hopefully looking to find better things to put on this list. So far, only SMCI has this up 25%. 20 million shares trade now. I mean, this thing is just on fire. So really like the way that's setting up so far this morning. Let's get Walmart. So Walmart is on here today, up 3.1. This stock rarely moves. Are we sitting at all-time Walmart? We might. Yeah, we are. So Walmart hitting all-time highs, Peter, here this morning. What is driving the giant to gap up 3.1 today?
The North American retail giant, yes, Walmart reported earlier this morning. They delivered better than expected, both top and bottom line. Revenue was expected to come in at about 167.5 billion. It came in at 169.5 billion, so an extra 2 billion of revenue there. Maybe they can lend some to XPEV. But their earnings per share came in at 58 cents versus an expected 53 cents. So it's almost a 10% surprise to the upside. As a result, Walmart also increased their guidance and say they expect another good, strong holiday season. So they're expecting all of you U.S. buyers to shop a lot over the holidays. So, no, that's what they're counting on. Yeah, it's Walmart, like you said. It's a tricky one. It can trade really, really well at times. Like it'll just get these great, great moves that you can trade, but you never know when. That's in amongst a whole lot of ugliness. So Walmart has long been on my no trade list, only because I tried Walmart and we didn't get along very well. So I typically don't trade it, but that's just a personal preference. Like I can't say that it doesn't trade well at times. Today could be one of those days. We see it gapping up almost 3% right now. But yeah, it's not good for me. We fight.
Yeah, I wish it would trade better, but again, it just normally doesn't. I'd like to still see how today. So I am going to put it on my secondary, but there's it's not a high chance I'm going to be touching this for a day trade. Unless we see, there's got to be something extremely special happening on it. But we'll look at it here. 2.1 million shares traded, up 2.8. This is the best you're going to take out of Walmart in the pre-market. If today's the day, if they're going to do anything great. All right, I'm going to stop here. Peter, as far as the gap up, is there anything that you like this morning on this list?
Let's see. For gap up, what else have we got? We've got, I'm just looking to see if any of these are gapping up. There are a lot of them are gapping down. No, everything I was looking at was gapping down. A lot of red on the screen. I mean, my list is almost all red with rare, like little, green, like XPEV and a couple of, like all of the Chinese EVs seem to be green. NIO, Li, XPEV. Most of the semis are red except for Nvidia. So yeah, not a lot to talk about on the upside. Nvidia, by the way, it's green right now, but maybe not for long. I mean, it's headed down pretty aggressively here over the last 20 minutes. So we'll see what happens with this guy. But yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about on the downside. Not a lot green.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Thinking about this morning, leading the way DJT, and we're funny. I was talking with Leonardo in our chat here. How are these guys going to make money? But there it is. Joining crypto is a beautiful thing. They're going to make money that way. It's a great way to do it. Down 8.6 this morning, 1.8 million shares traded. This is in play. I actually want to have it on my list because this is some actual news. Getting involved in cryptos, that's the move right now. That's what's hot at the moment. You're seeing cryptocurrencies and all these coins just blowing up here in a good way. So yeah, I want to take a look at this one and see if it can trade somewhat well. From my experience, again, it's been very, very difficult to trade. A lot of it was because of all the politics uncertainty that was going on here. But now, hopefully it can settle down a little bit. And if it can, we could take advantage of this volatility and this great volume. So DJT on the list for sure. Peter, anything else to add on this one?
Not on DJT. We already talked about it. And like you said, probably in play today. So yeah, it might be worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the next one here. Is going to be IONQ, number 2, leading the gap down. List down 3.2, 1.5 million shares traded. It is on SSR, so you can only short this by hitting the ask. At the moment, good activity. I mean, I really have not watched this one closely, so I don't know how it has been trading. I know it's made our gap up list a couple of times. Yesterday at the market open, it had a very aggressive sell-off. So if you're watching this, hopefully you took advantage of that. But yeah, today gapping down. Peter, what do we like on this one today, if anything?
Well, yesterday around mid-afternoon, they did make an announcement that they were going to be not exactly partnering, but they threw Nvidia's name in there, that they're going to be using the Nvidia, I don't know how to say this properly, the CUDA Q, CUDA-Q, the CUDA Q platform, to demonstrate how their application works in an end-to-end workflow scenario. So really, it's just them. They put out this thing with their logo and Nvidia's logo, and a little tagline saying "Powering the Quantum Accelerated Future." Love it. So they're banking on Nvidia's name, giving them a little bit of a boost. It feels like. Also feels like it's not working all that well as they're gapping down this morning. This is obviously bigger news for IONQ than it is Nvidia. Nvidia's stock is going to totally ignore this. So yeah, that's what's going on with IONQ.
Yeah, there you go. I like the pre-market. It looks interesting. How well it's going to trade, who knows? I'm going to add in a secondary for now. Let's see how it goes. All right, next on here is going to be ASTS. We've seen this hit our list plenty of times. The minute I see this, I immediately think garbage truck, and it is exactly what it looks like today. I mean, it's just pure garbage, and I don't like anything about this ticker, so I'm going to leave it alone, Peter. Anything you want to add?
Huh. No. ASTS is they had their opportunity last week when they had their news out. They didn't really do all that well from a trading perspective. So I'm gonna skip right over it.
Yeah, same here. All right, let's do one more. Then we'll hop around a little bit here. I do like some tickers that are on this list. We got PLTR, BABA, and CCI. Those, and then we'll see what Peter has that he likes on his end. Next on his SMR this morning. I know this can move well. It did so yesterday. You had a nice little pop there into around $27 today. Down 2.8. The volume is okay, 338,000. Again, a difficult one to trade. Not the easiest stock to watch. Peter, anything worth watching on this one?
No, I mean, they do have some news. It's not exactly a secondary offering, but what they did is they had issued a while back a bunch of warrants, and they said they're basically looking to call in all of those outstanding warrants, which means you get to convert your warrants into shares, and the warrant value is $0.0001. So basically, that's 1/100th of a penny, which means that if you've got some warrants out there, you are looking good, because you can. It looks like they're exchanging them at $18 a share. So yeah, big payday. So, but
Yeah.
that just means a little bit of dilution of their stock. So that's why it's down.
Yeah, I don't even like that news to trade. Let's move on down to two more I want to look at, PLTR and BABA. Let's look at those. PLTR, if I could just click on one, there it is. PLTR this morning down 2.8, 2.7 million shares traded. Also a beautiful sell-off yesterday out of the gates here. And it's interesting, if you look at the daily, look at the last almost all November, where it's been trading with increased volume, and these dailies look very, very good. So I do like the way it's moving today. The volume is great as we're dropping down here, trying to hold the support that we've been having since the 11th, right? So about 2 weeks trying to support this. What is this? This is 58.87, we'll call it. Again, trying to support that. Pre-market low is a little bit higher than that, but we're creating even a lower move here in the last couple of minutes. So I do like the way this thing is moving today. Peter, I don't know if you'd like PLTR, or it's one of those stocks that you kind of just put to the side. What's your thoughts on this one?
It's I like the way PLTR has been moving. I think there's trade opportunities. You just have to be careful, right? Pick your spot. Not every day is good day on PLTR. There's a lot of difference of opinions out there. I mean, just this morning, for example, we've got two different reports that came out on PLTR. One, written by a guy named Jeff McLean, who's the CEO of Solidarity Wealth, says he expects volatility in PLTR, but says that it's a good defensive play. It's less at risk than a lot of its counterparts, and that he's thinking that you should sort of double down on it. At the same time, Jefferies, who they're an analyst firm, issued a report saying they see 60% downside in Palantir stock. and think that there could be a big pullback on it. So, I mean, it's fascinating, right? When you get a stock that has that much difference, it's it could move. So, and that's what interests me. So you just never know which day somebody's going to decide to liquidate a position or increase their position. We are at the whim of the deep pockets out there, right, and the big money. So PLTR, it just feels like one of those that we probably should watch generally, if you're not adverse to trading it.
Yep, agreed. On my list for now, guys, looking good. Volume and also down 3%. Let's see if we can hold that support that we talked about there. Then last, let's look at BABA. So BABA is sliding down this morning, down 2.6. Volume is a little lighter than what we've seen when it's heavily in play. It's only 511,000. So again, not a big spike in volume here, but I do like the daily because we're making a new recent low at least, from this slump that we've been in on BABA. I like that there. Will be on my list. Peter, is there any new news either on BABA or Chinese tickers this morning?
Not really that I've seen, not general news. I mean, we know that there's been a lot of incentives released by the Chinese government, and that's been buoying the market with an expectation that there's going to be more to come. I don't, I mean, I don't know. There's all sorts of little articles on BABA, and it's, remember, BABA's got a whole suite of companies, so you get all these little news bits that come out on different companies out there. Futu was the only one that I was following this morning because they had earnings, but that's small fish compared to BABA out there. So yeah, I don't see anything particular, Carlos. You'll let me know, guys, if I'm missing something, but yeah. Not seeing it myself.
Yeah. What does Futu even do? Now you bring that up. What does FUTU even do? They're Futu Holdings. Yeah, sorry about that, man. But yeah, what do they what do they do? I think we might have mentioned them before, but I forgot.
Well, they actually own a couple of different brands, right? One of the ones I know is something called Moomoo, which is an online brokerage and a wealth management platform. So, I mean, they don't play in the North American market that I'm aware of, but that's one of their big holdings. They own a couple other different companies and in different spaces. So, yeah, I don't Boo no Moomoo and Futu. They just sound odd to North American ears. Otherwise, I mean, I'm sure they're, normal words. But you know what? I mean, I go back to the day, guys, when I was like, somebody, when Google first came out, I'm like, who's going to name a company Google? It sounds stupid. Like, it's just, how can you take that seriously? Google. All right. So, anyways, but here we are. Ain't so stupid now, is it?
That is true. All right. All right, we'll stop here. I'm adding BABA to my list. We'll see where it goes. Peter, take us through what you like this morning. Anything that might not be showing on the gap down list that you're watching today.
Well, we had a few things that I mentioned that I wanted to cover. Let's talk with Futu, since I just mentioned it. FU to you. We just like saying it that way. They did have earnings this morning. They had, generally a good quarter. So I keep hoping that they're going to trade really well. Volume is very low this morning, so probably not a big one to target. Lowe's is one of the ones that I was looking at. LOW. Lowe's had a good quarter. I like to watch them. Lowe's and Home Depot, right? Both in that home improvement space. Lowe's came out, they beat their revenue. 20.1 billion was the reported revenue, over a 19.9 expected, and their earnings per share was up 7 cents at $2.89 versus the estimate. So looks like it was a good quarter for Lowe's. They also have stated they're expecting a good holiday season. I guess everybody thinks that there's going to be more consumer spending. So I don't know. It's weird because I've got one article that I was reading earlier this morning that says the home improvement demand still looks weak, but Lowe's actually raised their annual same store sales forecast. So I'm not sure who to believe on this front, but Lowe's is, anyways, probably in play today. Again, volume pre-market, not surprisingly, very low. We're only seeing about 60,000 or not even 53,000 shares traded. It's a NYSE stock, so it normally picks up only after the market open. What else was I looking at? VIPS. That's one that we sometimes take a look at. It didn't quite make our list here this morning because it's just below the threshold. This is a VIP shop, right? VIP shop holdings, which is come on and off our list quite a number of times. They sort of beat Q3. I mean, they sort of warned that their sales were going to be down in the quarter, but they did deliver on their targets. So they are looking a little lazier, a little lower volume than I normally would like for this. Every once in a while, this thing just takes off with good volume. You can sort of see that if you go back on the daily, but it doesn't seem like earnings day is the day that it's going to do it. So other than that, I was still was keeping a side eye here on Save. It's sort of interesting to me how Save is Spirit Airlines. Probably everybody knows by now, do they? That Save filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy protection yesterday, and they have not traded since. So that was announced before the market opened yesterday, and the stock did not open for trading yesterday, is not open here today. So it's I mean, they can still trade while under bankruptcy protection, but at this point they've kept it closed. So we'll see what happens with it, but I don't know. I mean, it could be an opportunity for JetBlue, maybe, to sweep in and buy the assets off the garbage pile at a deep discount. I'm not sure if they'd still do that. The regulators didn't like it, but they probably like Save going bankrupt less. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for now, it's not a trading option. Other than that, guys, if you're watching any of the Magnificent Seven, they are all red this morning. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, even Netflix that we were looking at the other day, it's down. Tesla is also red today, so I think it's looking a little sad. The markets are looking a little depressed here this morning, so we'll see what happens. If they could always turn around at the open, or they could continue down. I'm not prejudging. I'm just going to wait and see what happens, and as long as I can stay awake, I'll be watching.
There you go. Interesting on the Safe stuff though, because for example, like if Save would have came out, hey, listen, we have to get bought out or we're going to go bankrupt, the regulators should be more inclined to say, you know what, do the merger. You're going to wait for these guys to be in trouble tonight. Let someone save them. It's just interesting how that works, and that happens with banks too. Like we saw that when the banking crisis, right, when things were falling apart. Regulators don't like banks merging, but when they need help to not let things go to the dumpster, they're quick to let things happen. So very interesting. All right, let's go to announcements, guys. Actually, no, before we do that, let's jump to our chat room. Let's start here in our queue list. What you guys like this morning? Jennifer, SMCI. Yeah, that's on our list. Looking good right now, up 26%, man. It is on fire. Highly in play this morning. Lows, I don't like lows, so it won't be this. If you like the way it trades, definitely put it on yours. SMY, we also did look at SMY. This one's up pretty big, I think, for me, right? And again, I just want to be clear, for the way I trade, this is garbage. I don't like the volume. I don't like the way it moves. So I'm going to stay completely away from this one. Yeah, this is hot garbage for me. So there's the truck. So again, to each its own, this is not going to be on my list. TSM, right now, I don't see anything explosive. Now we know this can trade very well because it has done so. When the semis and AI was going, it has had a couple of really great days. Today, I'm not seeing overly explosive market activity. So if you do like it, it can get going here. But right now, looks pretty quiet. It's not even gapping up by much at the moment. And next on here, Amazon from Pick Rest. Let's take a look at Amazon. It's dropping down quite a bit. So from the days down right now, almost 1%, 509,000 shares traded. Yeah, Amazon does look interesting as we're looking to maybe lose 2 days ago support. This would have been on Friday's trading day. So we're just testing that support there. And it's been selling down the last 3 trading days. Could be something. I'll add it to the list here on Amazon. We'll see. SPY might play into a lot with the stocks today. Yeah, we saw that on Monday for sure. So right now, look at the SPY dropping nicely. Oh, yeah, this is good. Yeah, SPY's dragging things down. As you can see here, we got a nice little sell-off going on at the moment, down almost 1%. So yeah, that explains why Amazon is moving so interesting there this morning. So I have down list is going to as that happens, you're going to start seeing a lot of players show up on this list as the market kind of pulls them down below that 2%. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to get very intense in a second here. All right, let's stop here. Peter, let's take it to what's happening on this beautiful day evening.
Oh, you say evening? Morning? Day?
Well, yeah, we don't have anything happening today, right? Everything's happening.
Anyway, I see. This evening for the webinars. Well, I'll tell you, it's not evening. It is actually happening during the day. And it's happening at 11 a.m. So we have a rare afternoon strategy session happening on Tuesday here. So Avi is going to be talking about the little secret about trading naked. Take from that what you will, but join and see what he's talking about. For all our elite members, that's going to be during the market hours, absolutely, but it's in the webinar room, so hopefully you'll join him at that time. It is, as always, recorded so that you can watch it later if you're not able to make it. So if you're deep into the markets, don't worry, it'll be there for you later, but if you can and will, pull it open, right? You can watch that during the day. Next week's webinar is also a little earlier. It is after the market close, but it's at 5 p.m. Eastern. Eamon's delivering that one. He's going to talk about trading multi-time frame. That's sort of his specialty and how he looks at the markets. He's going to tell you how he does that, why he does that, and why that's the approach that he takes. So that's what we've got on our webinar slate. If you want to join us at Bearable Traders, we'd love to have you, as always, in the community. We've got a number of membership options. The best is always this Diamond Annual. While that sale's going on, take advantage of it. You get everything in the Elite Annual, plus you get 3 months of a DAS simulator, and you get a funded trading account where you have the opportunity to make some money if you're interested in following those rules. You don't even have to take advantage of that. The Diamond on its own is a good deal, but throw that in and it's a fantastic one. So hopefully you'll take advantage of it if it's something that you are thinking about doing. There you go. Now, I had in the room, Pino was asking about my shirt. I just wanted to say I'm actually very proud of this shirt. It's a very random shirt, I know. It says Canada. The letters of Canada are made up of the signatures of the 2010 Olympic hockey team. And I got it by sending away cereal top boxes to Cheerios, believe it or not. I was 40 years old, and they had this thing on the back of the cereal box. It's like, send away a couple of box tops, and you can get a free shirt. And I thought, you know what? I have not done that I did that when I was a kid. And I thought, I'm going to give it a shot. And it worked. They sent me the shirt. I've been wearing it for 15 years. It's great. Love it. I don't know. I like that story. So it's, sometimes, the little giveaways, they do still work. You get to those old school companies, right? They still honor that. I picture someone in a mailroom there, open it up with my box tops in that and say, all right, we got another one. Let's ship it out. It's sort of weird. Yeah. It was just seemed like a weird event to do as an adult, made me feel like a little kid, and weird that they still did that stuff. Nowadays it's just fill out a form online, and if you're lucky, you'll get something, right? So this was like, I actually sent away cereal box tops. But anyways, all right, enough about my shirt. Next time I'll get some x-ray glasses, and maybe I'll get some the sea monkeys. Ugh, miss my sea monkeys. Anyways. All right, guys. That's enough about me. Let's talk about trading. We'll see what we've got levels to set on. I'll let you know what our moderators are trading as they get their lists in, and we're going to get ready for this open. So let's go.
All right, guys, let's jump in here. Let's do some levels. So my list right now, SMCI, DJT, PLTR, and Amazon is what I have on deck. So we'll start with SMCI, do some levels here. This thing is very, very active right now, up 26%, 3 million shares trade. I mean, this thing is just climbing as far as volume. High of the pre-market 30.50. We'll slam one there. The low of the pre-market 21.16. So that's another good area. And in between that high and low, we do have right above where the price action is. If you look at this 27.50, there's a lot of touches going on here. So I do want to mark that down, 27.63. It's a lot happening there, so I want to keep that on deck as well. Above the pre-market highs, in case we do get going, 32.81. Not really a big level, but another one at 37.88. So the way this thing has been moving over the last couple of days, it's pretty good. I mean, look at the range just in the pre-market. It's almost a $5 plus here range. That looks really nice this morning. Hoping SMCI can trade very, very well. It's just trying to bounce back. Not necessarily close this gap, but it's trying to do some damage to it at least. DJT, friends, stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. We do have news on this. They're actually getting involved with crypto, which is good for them. 32.28. Low of the pre-market is going to be 29.67. So good time for them to do that. Things are hot right now. Surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. And again, volume looking good, up 2.2 million, down 7.8. So that looks nice there. PLTR, I think definitely in place today, guys. Back to the pre-market activity. Towards the top, you don't need to add anything. You do have the high for the last 2 trading days, doing an amazing job. If we look towards the bottom, we got this big support level right on here around 58.76, right? Our pre-market low is a little bit higher than that, but you do have that beautiful support there for the last 7 days, trading days at least. So that looks nice. We'll see if that can hold right now, testing that to see if it can drop lower. Below 58, we do have 56.60. That could be a possible area that we do start to drop with PLTR with some decent volume here, just giving some back from that nice run they had over the last days. Taking a look at BABA this morning, BABA is more of a possible, but we'll have levels ready for it. High of the pre-market 88.28, the low of the pre-market 86.74, and then you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. So I do like the drop here. I know they've been selling off pretty nicely last couple of days. I'm just not sure how well this is going to be. Volume is a little bit on the lighter side. I would like to see more of a 800, 900 to a million traded already, but we're not, only 500. We'll see. We might move that one down and keep an eye like on an Apple or Nvidia, especially if the market continues to move the way it is right now. Look at the drop we had a few minutes ago, getting a nice little bounce out of that now. So that's going to drive a lot of stocks that normally get great volume to trade in those directions, which can be very, very good for us. Amazon is one of the cases here. As you can see, Amazon's couple of minutes looks exactly like the SPY. So right now, low of the pre-market 199.23, and then heading into the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days in the last couple here. Towards the bottom, we do have a level 197.35, and we also have 195.59. in case we do drop. One ticker that we did not look at that I'm definitely going to be having on my list is Tesla, right? We didn't really bring out Tesla, but Tesla's down 1.6 million shares traded. Again, it'll be on my secondary list. We won't do levels for it, but I will be watching it closely. Same as not so much Apple, but Nvidia. Nvidia will be on my secondary list as well in case the overall market starts to trend nicely here. We can take advantage of that one. All right, friends, that is my watch list. SMCI, DJT, PLTR, BABA, and Amazon. If you haven't done so over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Let's take a look on where we are now. I'm showing 161 with 630 people watching. So thank you so much for tuning in. We know that you do, guys. We know that you have options. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us this morning. So yeah, hit that thumbs up. We only ask because it really helps our show a ton. So thank you guys for that. Peter's going to show you what our team is watching. It's going to take you through our moderators list, and then we'll be ready for our live traders and taking you through the market open. So, Peter, take us through what our team is watching today.
All right, Carlos, I will absolutely do that. We're going to start with those who are in first, and Jared's right at the top of the list, going to be trading Nvidia and Walmart, surprisingly. He's also going to look at MSTR and PLTR. Avi, keeping it simple, he's in there with what he calls the Magnificent Eight. What are the Magnificent Eight? Is that the Magnificent Seven plus, what, Netflix? What's the eighth? I'm not sure, but anyways, maybe he'll let us know. Plus me, you going to trade me? All right. Thor's going to watch Artie's list because he's got a little bromance going there, so that's okay. I can't blame him. Artie's pretty cool, or say Avi's pretty cool. Artie's cool too, but Avi is who we're talking about. It's a secret ticker. Oh, obviously, like he's not telling us. Anyways. I think Thor meant Avi, not Artie. But anyways, all right. So Peter, I am watching AMD, Tesla, and SMCI. I'm also going to keep an eye on Lowe's, Walmart, and DJT. Probably not trading those three, but it'll be fun to watch. Megan's going to be watching PayPal, Amazon, and Nvidia. Pierre's going to be watching Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, Coin, and SMCI. I do have one potential IPO to let you know about, and we'll let you know if and when it comes out. Lenny's going to be watching Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, Walmart, SMCI, and MSTR. Mike is watching Amazon and Tesla. I see Brian's in with his list right now, watching Nvidia, Tesla, Walmart, and Amazon. Phil is going to be watching Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, and PayPal. So a lot of Amazon on these lists. And I can't forget Nathan, who's in with his list. He's watching a couple of the looks like futures, AMD, Amazon, and Google. So that's what everybody's watching today. We'll see where this all goes. I saw some questions earlier. You guys are saying, what are we talking? What are the Magnificent Seven? If you don't know, those are the big tech stocks. So traditionally, the Magnificent Seven, let's see if I can get these all right, are Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft. Those are the $3 trillion club. Then we've got Google, Amazon, Meta, and Tesla. So those are the big, what they call the Magnificent Seven. And then I said the mystery eighth. Avi's not telling us, but I think it's Netflix. I don't know. I'm guessing. Oh, AMD. He's putting AMD in there. All right, that's a secret one. Yeah, you can sort of slip anyone in there. I mean, there's those that don't quite make that cut, but are good to trade. AMD, PLTR these days, Netflix at times. But anyway, so there you go. That's what they are. Who is Artie? Oh, no, yeah, we're getting that wrong. Artie is Andrew's brother, who he's got a job in corporate finance these days. So he's out there doing all that cool stuff. But he was with us in the community for a while, so we just get confused. That's our fault. He's also a cool guy, though. All right, guys, let's get ready. We still got time here before the open. I'm thinking that today's going to be one of those days when I might actually seriously go take a nap and come back about an hour into the market. I don't typically trade well in days like this where I have nothing that's specifically setting up for what I call my rising devil or falling angel trades. The market is moving everything, which means I don't know where things are going to go when the market opens. I'm not seeing a strong posture on any one stock based on its movement. So that makes me a little more nervous. This is where Andrew can often excel, not me. So I might seriously go take a nap and come back about an hour in, and then hopefully I'll get some reversal trades. That's my bread and butter. So we'll see what happens. Carlos, how are you attacking this morning's market?
No, man, I like your plan much better, but my strategy's in the morning, so I got to be up for the next couple of minutes to take advantage of that first hour. But yeah, man, I don't know what's gonna look like today. I don't see anything great either. Like I'm not seeing, oh man, I'm gonna be watching that today as well. So I'm with you there. That just means just a little more patient and wait for the setup. That's all it means, right? We'll find something, but I don't see anything that looks great. It is blockbuster list today, right? But we'll find something. We usually do. But yeah, patience, and we'll take it easy today. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
All right, friends.
Gotta be patient.
Our traders will be logging on here in just a second. MSTR, let's take a look at some of the tickets you guys are throwing out here. MSTR, we did look at earlier. Again, still going higher. I mean, this thing had a great day yesterday, up 2.3, now 2.7. I find the price action a little bit too volatile for my liking on this one, but it's cranking, man. It is heavily in play. Worth watching. I will put it on a secondary here. My second is massive. And you know, Peter, it's funny you mentioned this. My list gets bigger when there's not a whole lot that looks great. Right, because I'm just going to be scanning. Like I know all this on my secondary list not great, but I'm just going to be scanning to see what pops up. When I have a great list, it's usually very small. It's a couple of okay, these are just blockbuster. I can't say that word. I could say gangbangers, right? Gangbangers tickers. I could say that. Do we get canceled or something like that, Peter? Peter's in HR, so he'll let me know. After this if that's incorrect. But
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm tapping out of that bad boy. I'm
okay. You let me know if that's right. Either way, all right. You guys know what I mean. But yeah, this list is a little bit long today because there's a lot I have to watch. So yeah. I grew up in the wrong side of town. But yeah.
Well, you know, when I was a kid, we used to call a lot of the kids that hung out in the basement. I was in a school that had 4 floors, so it was 4 stories plus a basement, so a 5-story school. And the basement is where the gangbangers hung out. They usually wore like big black army boots and listened to heavy metal music. And I don't know. I don't know if that was just slang in my school or if that was a common term. Of course, there's also the other term for gangbang, which, you know, careful about searching that. You may get stuff you don't intend to. So
Peter, speaking about search, man, this website, and just be very careful. So, when we open up the chat room, we have to go to so many different websites. Like I got Billboard Traders open, I got Trade Terminal, I got YouTube. I mean, there's so many on my screen to do this show. It is massive. We got the stream that's going to Brent. We got VMix, Mike. I mean, it's a whole job here. The other day, I'm thinking about, let me open up the chat room. I type in chatroom.com. You don't want to do that. Instead of typing like Billboard Traders, I was going so fast. I typed in chatroom.com and oh boy, what came up? No. I'm like, wow, these guys are slick. Oh, no. They're very slick picking that website as a 1-2 you don't want to pull up at work. So be careful with that one. They got me. So so yeah, be very careful. That's probably where Miguel got my Disney password. That's probably what happened. That's how he did
probably. I like how in the chat room they're like, oh, we're getting demonetized and getting taken off of YouTube. I don't know. I mean, nowadays this type of talk is how you get the likes, isn't it? It helps. Maybe it'll help our viewership. I don't know.
I think so.
You guys can vote. Vote with your buttons.
This is what happens when we're running early, Peter. When we're running early and we got to fill up time waiting for our live traders, we go south.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. So. Anyways, well, look, I mean, one way or the other, whatever you choose to do this morning, like things are moving. I sort of like the way they're moving. My challenge right now is I just don't know which way they're going to go. I just don't have any strategy that allows me with confidence to say, yeah, this one. Like look at Nvidia right now. It dropped down to yesterday's close, bounced off of that. It's now sitting under the VWAP. So is this thing going to move down or move up at the open? I really have no clue. I mean, obviously the market is down overall this morning, but it's also bounced and wouldn't take much to get green. So I don't know. That's why I said nap time for me. Ryan, Ryan's here.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Ryan.
And good morning to you too. Good morning to you too, Siri.
A great example of your phone is always listening. Love it. Love it.
They're saying good morning.
Oh man,
it's a good way to start your day. So anyway, all right. Good morning, everybody. Kind of feeling a little bit like you right now. Kind of not sure where the market's going. Had a big sell-off. Started around 8 o'clock. 11 o'clock. That would be, what would that be? 8 o'clock. Started around 8 o'clock. And it's come back a bit. What was that sell-off on? Is that on some green news? I see
not really. We had housing starts and building starts this morning at 8:30, but there was no real news there. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah, there were some earnings, some big earnings. There was Walmart, which
maybe
Lowe's.
Yeah, maybe this was the news. Thank you very much, Lewis. Lewis in the room sent me an article. Says that Russia says that Ukraine attacked it using U.S. long-range missiles, and signals that it's ready for a nuclear response. Yikes, that's the headline. And that came out at 7:55 this morning. So, that makes sense. So that might have precipitated the drop.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yes, we do. Well, that'll get things going. What do we got here? Yeah, no, I'm just, it's kind of interesting. Just chopping around here. Kind of interesting. Just chopping around here.
Whoa.
Oh, is that? I think that's Andrew.
Echo. Ryan, I do love the rabbit mug. The rabbit's having fun there.
I know. When I hold it up to the camera, Brent says we're going to get banned on TikTok or YouTube.
I was joking mostly.
I know.
Mostly.
See, here's the
rabbits.
here's
They're
the
just
rabbit
doing
mug.
what rabbits do. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
they're frolicking
away. Frolicking. That's a better word.
Just cuddling.
Yeah, they're all cuddling. They've got clothes on.
Do they? All right. I'm going to leave you
All right,
guys
good
for the
morning,
open.
everybody.
Trade smart, everybody. Whatever you choose to do. Andrew, good morning. Have a great day.
Good morning. Good morning. Market is
Have a good one,
gapping
guys.
down. Good morning. Market is gapping down. SMCI was crazy yesterday. I had a really amazing day on SMCI. So it went up all the way after the close. It went up all the way up to 30. So over 30%, especially at 5. So that is the situation here. I'm gonna watch SMCI as well. So SMCI, they said that they're getting ready to post their financial results.
Well, they said they've got an accountant. They've hired a new accountant. But typically an audit takes months to do. But maybe they'll give them a pass if they know some audited numbers are coming.
I think SMCI is going to be super nice today. Nvidia is coming above the VWAP as well. So Nvidia is earning tomorrow. This is going to be one of the biggest earnings that we're going to have. What else?
Yeah, Nvidia.
PLTR is gapping down again. AMD is also super gapping down. Oh, sorry, that's PLTR. AMD, yeah, PLTR is super weak as well. Sorry about that. So SMCI, I think, is going to be super big. Let's see what the scanners are giving us. We have a few minutes to open. How's the chat room doing? You should be able to see my screen, guys.
Walmart looks kind of interesting. It's really starting to move here. The only thing I don't like about
all-time high Walmart. Yes, all-time high.
Here's Nvidia. Nvidia just popped up a bit. Apple's kind of
What
messy.
market is gapping down? Any reason for that?
Yeah, I think we were just talking about that. The Russia, I guess, because Ukraine used a longer range missiles to hit some ammunition depot in Russia. They said it could warrant a nuclear response. So
yeah, Putin is bluffing.
I think so. He's like that guy in the schoolyard who only wants to play by his rules. What are we looking at here?
But it's very important to not have any bias, guys. Not very biased. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Let's see what Amazon looks like here.
Tesla, SMCI. Yeah, I think SMCI is going to be super nice today. Unbelievable what happened in SMCI in the from October 30th, from 48 to 16 and now back to 27. Unbelievable.
I think we were talking about that yesterday. Numbers, when you look at the float and the percentage short, I think it was sitting around 20%, but I think that number is sort of stale. You don't get those numbers. You only get those new numbers every couple of weeks. So I have a feeling that I think it was heavily shorted, way more than 20%, just because of the news.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was unbelievable yesterday.
Yeah, I mean it's a big deal if you're going to get delisted. Because as I mentioned yesterday, that some funds, are that might be holding it or might be forced to sell it if it drops off a big board. Amazon's dropping here. It's kind of interesting as well. Amazon's got some orders. Q's are going the other way. Ding, ding, ding.
So,
All right, so
let's see what's happening.
let us see.
SMCI, love the volume on it. Let's see, find the direction. BDA is super weird too.
I took a small short on Amazon at the pop up to the VWAP. See if it continues to sell off here.
Right, so SMCI is holding the low of the pre-market here. Walmart is shooting up.
Yeah, Walmart's all over the place. If Amazon goes above the VWAP here, I'll get to get out.
Walmart is interesting. All the Nvidia is also popping up nicely. Nvidia 1 minute swing range breakup.
Yeah.
I'm taking a long on Nvidia 141.82.
Okay, I'm out in Amazon. Flat on that trade.
Walmart is weird.
Walmart is weird.
Yeah, I'm long Nvidia, guys, on 141.96. Let's see if you can go through R3. Keep an eye on. All right, so Nvidia is popping up.
Yeah, the Qs are going. I'm long. Yeah, I'm long Nvidia with you as well.
Let's see what SMCI is doing. Let me see. I might actually get out of Nvidia. PLTR it popped up very nicely too. Looking at SMCI, let's see what SMCI is holding or not. I am getting out of Nvidia. Yeah, I gotta stop that on Nvidia, guys.
Yeah, I'm out the rest of Nvidia too. Pop and drop, nothing.
Let's see what SMCI doing. I get it. Shit,
SMCI is dropping. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be. That's going to be a tough trader, I think.
Yeah, let's see. I got a PLTR is super nice. Tesla is also coming up too. Tesla comes above VWAP, could be a good long. Nvidia PLTR is super nice. Should have been in PLTR. Short MSTR. Jared is shorting MSTR.
I'm long. I'm long Amazon. I flipped my position on Amazon, so we'll get to 50 here. I'm going to sell some here. $200.61. There we go. I'm going to sell more here. 280.
Let's see, SMCI.
280. This is a place where it'll reject probably.
Yeah, I'm getting a long on PLTR, 60-60. PLTR is super strong. I'm going to go to 61. My entry is not great, but I get a long on it. 60-76. Let's see, pop up to 61. There's a level here. Yeah, I missed the big boat on it.
A big boat.
Chasing it. Let's see if we can go to 61. Yeah, kind of chasing it.
I'm still long some Amazon. I'm just looking see if we can break through this 201 level. Come on, BD. You can do it.
PLTR. Nvidia comes back above the VWAP. I might jump back in there again. Let's see what PLTR is doing. Adding a little bit on PLTR here at 60-40. SMCI is still super weak. Oh, SMCI is short.
Yeah, it seems like it. Is there? I haven't even looked. Is there shares for short? Yes, there is.
Yes. Let's see. I think a little bit more on PLTR here, 6026. Nvidia looks like it wants to go higher.
It's kind of chopping in a range. Remember, Nvidia reports tomorrow, so it's been kind of choppy.
I'm getting long Nvidia, 140, 150. I'm getting a long in Nvidia, 140, 150. Let's see if it wants to go up.
Come on, this is do or die for Amazon right here. Got to get through this 201 area.
Let's see. Adding a little bit more on Nvidia. Let's see if the butchery begins or not. So here we go. Going up. Let's see. Add with the break of half day, 142.20. Adding a little more. Let's see the R3s at 142.36. All right. So let's go.
Come on.
Break of half the day. I have a big size, guys, on NVDA. Added 3 times on it. Let's see if we can get 132.50, 132.50. All right, now partially here, 142.40.
Now, there we go.
Yeah, Tesla is also making an engulfing, guys.
Sold some more, 201. Got to 201.
I'm getting a long on Tesla too, guys, 336.66. That's a lot of 6. Tesla is also making a 5-minute engulfing. Tesla might go green.
A lot of sixes there.
Yeah, that's not a good number. So many 6. All right, so
still
long also Tesla, guys.
Big seller at 201 on Amazon. Just got out of the rest there. When we hit 201, dropped a bit. All right, Google's gone green. Googly.
I am long Nvidia, Tesla, and still am long PLTR. I'm hoping that I can get out of PLTR at the break even. That was a bad trade. All right, Nvidia is going to go for another round. Adding a little bit more on it. Let's see if we can do one more. Tesla will most likely test the moving average on 5-minute chart and previous day close. I'm adding, guys, on Nvidia. Nvidia 143 possible. On Tesla, you can do it. Tesla turned out to be 5-minute open range breakup. Like a bullish engulfing. PLTR is garbage. All right, so Nvidia 143. Nvidia long 143. That would be nice if you can get there. Tesla 5-minute opening range. 5-minute there is 338.20, and then we have the previous day close. PLTR is done. So the question is, where do I get out of PLTR? All right, so Nvidia 143. Tell me that there's a huge ask sitting there. Yes, it is.
Yeah, there is 143. Yeah.
Tesla, I haven't partialed on Tesla yet. Hopefully we'll go another rally on Tesla. And hopefully PLTR comes back so I can get out of it. All right, Tesla 338. Oh, there you go. So we see a huge ask on Nvidia. That's nice. That's what we want. PLTR is coming back. As soon as I get out of the break even, I am out.
Isn't that the way it always goes?
This is my chance on PLTR to get out. Universe is sending me a message. Yeah, Nvidia is trade of the day, guys. Nvidia is super nice trade of the day. Tesla, I haven't partial yet. I want to see if Tesla can go to red to green. All right, so Nvidia is going up nicely.
Yeah, Nvidia is really going here. 143.60. There's a big order.
Wow, Nvidia, guys. Nvidia, amazing, guys. You can see my screen, guys. Entry and exit. The only thing that I like is PLTR come back up a little bit so I can get out of it. Wow, unbelievable. Daily chart, Nvidia. Look like we want to go up to 144.50, huh? Tesla, let's see if Tesla can go previous day close. I'm adding a little bit more on Tesla, 337.75. Let's see, Tesla wants to go to the higher previous day close.
Yeah, PDC level. Get rejected.
Hey. All right, so PLTR is coming back slowly. Let's see. Come on, Tesla. You can do it. Nvidia is still a good boy.
Long some SMCI.
I'm getting out of PLTR, guys. That turned out to be a very bad trade. So
Just
let's see what the
sell it,
is
sold
doing.
some here. See if it squeezes some more.
Yeah, SMCI is interesting too. I'm actually getting along with you here, 2640.
Yeah. It's just
Getting along as well. Still looking at Tesla. I'm out of PLTR. All right, Tesla is going up. Tesla, previous day close. Let's see, we get that. SPYs, Qs are pushing. Tesla, let's see, guys.
Pushing higher.
There you go, 339, previous day close on Tesla. Come on, Tesla.
SMCI just broke down.
SMCI is dropping, huh? Damn.
Yeah.
PLTR now is coming up, piece of garbage.
Yeah, I kind of feel like PLTR is a difficult trader, just always considered sort of got that meme status.
It was a very nice 1 minute open range breakup. I just traded not nicely. Let's see if Tesla goes up to previous day close, that would be nice. Nvidia have another one. SMCI. What's the situation with SMCI? Looks like a double bottom.
It could be.
Go on, Tesla. Previous day close. Nvidia also kind of holding something up there. Tesla, you gotta go green. You have to go green. Do not do that to us. Nvidia 143. My average on Nvidia is 141.81, which is below the VWAP. I'm adding a little bit more on Nvidia. See if I have another pop in it. SMCI.
I'm getting out of SMCI. I'm flat on that. The rest of it.
Oh, really?
Just,
You're getting out?
I just don't. There's a lot of orders to the downside, but there seems to be some support there. I just can't figure out where it's going to go. And if I can't figure out where it's going, I'm going to get out.
I'm going to stay in there a little bit, see what's going to happen. I mean, my concern is Tesla that never hit the previous day close. So Tesla, I don't like this price action on Tesla. Yeah, I'm getting out of Tesla, guys. I got to stop down on Tesla fully. Let's see what SMCI doing. I'm still long on SMCI. I had a bad loss on Tesla. Let's see what the SMCI is doing. Is it going to
Tesla,
pop up?
yeah, really rolled over. Yeah, pretty choppy price action this morning.
Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more on SMCI here. Let's see if you can make a pop to 2650. So I'm long SMCI and Nvidia. Nvidia is also coming down.
Yeah, Nvidia's dropped too.
Stuff me out.
Q's kind of stopped. Q's and SPY stopped going up. Look at that. AI did manage to get back to 5-day, or at least back to this area where it's struggling.
Right, so let's see if oh, there you go. SMCI is up. Let's see. We can get to the VWAP now, making a 5-minute high. I personally shoot partial, I think. My average in SMCI is 26.28. Partialing here, 26.71. I have a big size on it. Let's see if you can get to the VWAP. So SMCI, guys, goes up. I have a big size on it. So partialing out, so I made the losses back on SMCI over there. Nvidia, I'm still hopeful. I haven't got a stop out yet. There you go. If SMCI closes above the VWAP, I might actually add more. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add here more on it, 26.92, because I think this is a nice squeeze. Has a good fundamental news, so it can go above the VWAP and continue the squeeze. I'm adding a little bit more here.
Back in Amazon long, kind of started to break out. Looks like it could be going to 201.70, 202.
Oh, there you go. SMCI is popping up, guys. Look at that, SMCI. Ooh, beautiful. Oh my God, SMCI, guys. SMCI. Nice. I'm partialing out here, guys. 27.39. I have a big size, guys, on it. SMCI is doing what we want to do. Brian, you're not in there, huh? You check it out?
No,
I'm actually adding more a little bit here on SMCI, guys. I'm adding more on SMCI. 27.39. My average is 26.50. Still, let me add a little bit more on this here. SMCI might actually squeeze up very nicely now. Nvidia is coming down soon. I'm gonna get a stop down on Nvidia. Yes. SMCI to the moon, guys. This is my new.
Yeah,
Wow,
28. 28's coming.
Yeah. Damn.
It's a big order. There's a big order at 28.
Wow. SMCI to the moon. Did anyone took that SMCI, guys? Anyone in the chat? Anyone in YouTube? That's crazy. That was really nice. Anyone, guys?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see if you can go to 28 or not. Shit. Nvidia is dropping. I'm getting out of Nvidia, guys. I'm all out of Nvidia at 141.90. So I'm all out of Nvidia, guys. The only thing that I have is SMCI. Absolutely amazing. Let's see. Yeah, most likely 28. We're gonna go there. Daily chart. We have nothing except the moving averages. Yesterday in the post market, it went up to how much? It went up. It went up to 30. It was up 60%.
It almost got to 28 this morning, pre-market. 27.90. SMCI got to 27.99.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the wrong. I'm gonna add a little bit more on it because this is gonna squeeze.
Yeah,
let's see if we can get
with you,
guys. Nice. Oh, 20.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
There we go. That was a beauty.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I'm selling some here.
Wow.
Nice.
Here, guys. Pop. Oh my God! Look at this.
Yeah,
I have a lot of
that was a big time squeeze. Squeezing. Oh, I'll sell some more. $28.20. See, you were right to stick with it. I just didn't see this take off here. Well, that was pretty good, as you would say.
That's awesome. It's going to go higher too.
Did you got out of Tesla? Eh? Tesla's back at PDC. Might even go to 29. There's an order there at 29. Ooh, this thing could halt because it's getting really close.
Really to the halt?
2906. Well, 2906 is 28.95. It's hard to read because it keeps jumping around, but well, we're liking this.
Wow, this is amazing, guys. I made so much money. Wow. Anything, guys, from your side? Crazy price action, huh? Tesla, what did Tesla do? It did bounce back to the green. It just wanted to stub me out. Piece of garbage.
Like, it did. Still trying to get through PDC. It rejected there again.
I had a very big loss on Tesla and PLTR.
Tesla seems choppy.
SMCI might go for another round, so I'm going to add a little bit more on SMCI here, 28.32. My average is 27.14. Let's see if we can
There's
get
a big
another one.
order at
This is
29.
oh, yeah, this might go to 30. Right now, today I wanted to go to Calgary. Today they canceled my flight.
How come?
They had probably didn't have a plane or something. What should I
It
do?
snowed a bit. Maybe it snowed. It snowed a bit, but
Is
that
it
shouldn't be a
in
reason.
Vancouver? It's in
Yeah.
Calgary.
Well, no, I mean it's there was snow on the ground at my house this morning, but that shouldn't be a reason why they would cancel a flight.
In your house, there is snow.
There is snow at my house, but then I'm kind of up, sort of on a hill, so it's kind of weird at Vancouver because you get these days that are just close to 32 or zero for Canadians, and then when you get up on the hill that I live on, it can flip from rain to snow. I can be downtown, it'll be raining, and when I get home, it's snowing. Nvidia's got some orders at 141. Wow. Nvidia almost got to R4. That would have been a interesting short.
Nvidia was also wasn't the one that I was expecting. All right, I guess I have to cancel my flights today. All right, Brian, SMCI, are you still in this with me?
I got out when I went through 28 because I didn't have as good an entry as you. I had to get back in at a higher price. Just watching Nvidia right now. See what it's going to do. Q's Inspire bouncing a bit.
Tesla wants to go green one more time.
Sure trying to go green.
Go to the airport and see what we can do. SMCI, let's see what we're gonna do. I am long SMCI, and the average is 27.14. So I'm still hoping that SMCI can actually go higher. Bitcoin 92. I think Bitcoin might go to 100,000 soon, huh?
Is Bitcoin at 92?
Yeah.
Wow.
Give it the SMCI. It's pulling back if I go to the airport now.
All right. Well, I don't have any positions. There's a lot of red on the screen in terms of all this different stocks. Looks like the Qs want to break down some more. Maybe the SPY, we're gonna lose a VWAP here. SMCI kind of dropping now. UAL is hitting the scanner, breaking out.
AI is also hitting the scanner. Yeah. All right. I'm getting out of SMCI, guys. I had a really, really good day. I'm getting out of SMCI. It stopped me out at the break even. I gotta go, guys, because I might actually go to the airport and find some flights. Oh shit, Tesla's a piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, Tesla just broke out.
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go. I am really sorry. If anyone wants to come and to trade in the next half an hour, 1 hour, Paris, how's your trading situation? Oh. Nice, Sophie. It's amazing. Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go. Tesla turned out to be super nice. Brian, I'm gonna hand it over to you. I'm sorry. We'll see.
No worries.
We'll see how it goes. And because I was supposed to go to Calgary, they've canceled my flights just for a day. So I'll just go and see if I can find a better flight. If not, then I'll be back. Ciao, guys.
Okay. Okay. Off to the airport. Okay, so what's Tesla going to do here? We broke out, went green. Now we're pulling back. This could be a John trade. Break a high of day, and now we get a pullback. Qs are still looking a little weak. Same with the SPY. Wow, Amazon dropped back down to the VWAP. Yeah, I am not seeing anything that I'm keen on trading right now. Kind of looking at Tesla, thinking maybe it could be a long right here. Yeah, we'll take a bit of a long on Tesla. See if we can get a decent move with some options. I'm in at 1480 on the 350 calls weeklies. See if we can get. I'm sold some already at 1530. See if we can break out here now. It's got to get through this high of day. Oh, here we go. This is good. It's all good. Selling some more calls. 1570, 1565 filled. All right. Who's in Tesla with me? We're breaking out here. Nice. Already taking a fair amount of chips off the table here. It's an order at 342. Might be going there. There's a big order at 345. I don't know about that, but certainly if we can get to 342. Nvidia is starting to break out a bit here. Q's and SPY are bouncing. They didn't drop anymore. All right, 16. We got 16 coming on these 350 calls. Some people were mentioning Mara. What's Mara doing? Oh, Mara's up a bit. Here, what have we got for Bitcoin 92,200 roughly. All right, I sold some more calls at $16 on Tesla. How's everyone doing? PLTR breaking out. Let's see what PLTR is doing while we're waiting for Tesla to keep going higher. This is awesome. This actually it's turning into a pretty decent day with Tesla. Yeah, PLTR is right at pretty close to previous day close. What's high of day? High of day is 60.90. We're there right now. Maybe we'll get another rejection here. We're going to break through 61. Okay, well, I'm running out of options. I'm running out of options. No pun intended, but I am running out of options here that I bought on Tesla. There is still a big order here at 345. We've had a big run up, so we're probably going to have to do a little bit of consolidation here, maybe get back to a moving average. Yeah, PLTR threatening to go green here. Nvidia's got a big order at 143. There's a bit of a double bottom here on Nvidia. You can see how we put in a low and then another low right around 7, just after 7, and both times kind of bounced off that. That was that level was yesterday's high. There goes PLTR. Trying to get green here. Oh, what is going on with Jared keeps mentioning MSTR. MicroStrategies. Yeah, it's wow, it's blowing up here through 400. Yeah, just be careful with MSTR. We're getting up to R4, which is quite often an area where there'll be some resistance. It's around 411, 410. So, and Thor may be starting to short it there. You could really be leaning into this. So, all right, still hanging with Tesla. Super cycle, no care, R4. Go, Johnny, go. Yeah, this thing really broke out yesterday. Wow, 350, under 350 to 384, and now it's trading. See, it is pulling back. See, John, look at that. See, it's pulling back. Now, I'm not saying that the uptrend is broken, but we're just getting a bit of a pullback here. It's like Qs and SPY are just really trading in a pretty narrow range today. We had a bit of a pop at the open on both indexes, but they really haven't made any significant moves since then. Big volume pop on Nvidia through 143. So high day is 133.55. Excuse me. Yeah, you can make money both ways, and Jared and I illustrated that yesterday at the close. Can't remember what stock it was on. He was long, and then it got to a level, and I shorted it and made some money on it. But he made money to the long side, and he made money to the short. Just gotta know your levels. Putin is deploying nukes. Wow, that was quite the rejection on MSTR. Kind of pulled back, and we pulled back to the area where we broke out from. So this is this can be a fairly common pattern where you have a breakout, and then the stock will come back and retest the breakout area, and then continue to move higher. So this is an area where MSTR could bounce from, somewhere around this 400 level. Well, big rejection on Nvidia after taking out that 143. Yeah, no continuation on some of this stuff. And like I said, SPY Q's done very little since for the last 25, 35 minutes. Still holding a couple of options on Tesla, but I'm getting a little bit concerned. I don't want it to drop down below $15 on these options. That'll take me pretty close to back to break even on the last couple, but had a really good run up on them, so not unhappy. See, look at this. I told you was going to bounce back here on MSTR. So this will be the test to see if it makes a lower high, or we get a continuation move. This 410 level is looks like pretty significant resistance right now. And let's see what Tesla does here, because again we've kind of retraced 50% of this drop roughly. So this pullback. So we'll see if we now get a continuation to 345. What do the options look like on MSTR? Wondering what the spread on them is. Okay, weekly 410s are 46.45 by 48.10. Wow. Let's put $1.50. Be a pretty tough options trade, unless you were really pretty convinced of the direction this was going. $385 puts expiring at the end of the week. It's almost a $2 spread. Okay, a little bit concerned about my Tesla options here. This looks like it could be a lower high on this comeback. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Awesome. We're back to $16 on the calls. Why is HUT dropping? Should be should be up because Bitcoin's up. All right, we're back to high of day on Tesla. Let's see what we do here. All right, well, I'm not doing much. I'm just sitting here with these calls on Tesla. Sometimes it's getting to that time of day. We're just trading something that's trending, and this is certainly slowly trending away here.
We're going to have Lenny soon coming on at 10:30.
Okay. Lenny Kravitz?
I wish. Yeah. No. BBT's
or
very
Lenny
own
from,
Lenny.
BBT's very own Lenny. Okay.
Very own Lenny.
Lenny from Colombia. All right.
Lenny from Colombia. Oh,
there you
I
go.
see he's on.
That's better than Lenny Kravitz.
Awesome being with you here.
Good morning.
Lenny Kravitz from Colombia.
How's it going, Lenny?
Of Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, man, it's like it's less than 2 weeks. We'll be hanging out together. It's crazy.
Really looking forward.
Yeah, time's flying by here, and we're almost at our Colombia trip. So people that are joining us, going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Tesla's really making a nice move here. My calls are now $17. Oh, what did you trade today, Lenny?
I am now in a position of PLTR. I didn't trade some. I traded MSTR for long. I'm gonna at a break even. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna
Perfect.
discuss some price action, and then also we're gonna discuss a very interesting topic: how to actually trade the pullback. So I'm gonna
Right.
share my screen, and we can discuss a thing or two.
Yeah, that was, we've had a couple of pullbacks here. So pretty relevant topic this morning. Like we had this nice breakout on Tesla, and then we had a pullback. MSTR had a breakout and then a pullback and a bounce before it sort of rolled over a bit. So good topic.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty technical, but I think that's also fun, right?
Yeah.
We should stay a little bit technical. So Brent, can you confirm that you guys can see my screen?
I can see it on my end. It's on
Hey
YouTube.
guys, I will let you take over here on YouTube, and I'll hop back into the room and listen to your presentation. So everybody out on YouTube, hope you had a good morning. Andrew had a good trade on Nvidia. Amazon, I had not a bad trade, but this Tesla trade's really working out for me now. So hopefully some people were able to take advantage of that and trading options, using it with options. So, and if you're unfamiliar with options, you can always check out my book on Amazon, and it is called How to Trade Options by Brian Peasant, me. So I'll turn things over to Lenny. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
All right. Thank you. So, yeah, let's discuss today really price action reading. Let's take a look at how to trade the pullback. The pullback is basically if you want to trade the breakout or you want to trade an ABCD setup, you can call it. You can trade the pullback. It's like you wait for a powerful first move up, you wait for the pullback, and then you want to see some kind of confirmation before you take the next move, right? And of course, it's more complex, but that's the fundament. So let's take a look at some price action reading of today. Some stocks that I had on my watch list, and then let's take a look at a small presentation to go a bit more in depth into the topic. So let's start with Tesla, right? You guys can see my screen in Tesla. So first of all, of course, you always need to have a stock in play, but I think Tesla is usually in play, and it's just about reading the price action, reading the whole context, right? Reading the levels, reading the pre-market price action, etc., etc. What do we see here in Tesla? Market opens, and I hope you guys can see my screen. We see the price action coming down. We see some kind of a bottoming, and then we see with volume, we see a move up, right? So we see basically the 5-minute opening range. We see a breakout, and then we form a range. We form a range more or less until 10 a.m. So basically the structure now, we got like an opening range, we see some bottoming, we see a breakout, and then we form a range. And actually the range is not that clean, right? It's like a little bit of a steep pullback, but then we see a breakout around 10:01, 10:02, and 10:03. 10:02, 10:03, we see the pullback, right? The candle is becoming smaller, especially like this small candle. It's low volatility. The pullback could mean more move to the upside. We see low volume. And then there's the confirmation candle, right? That the price actually wants to move up. So this is basically like an ABCD setup. Move up, pullback, further move up. And it starts, of course, with a stock in play, opening range, breakout, range. And actually the range is retesting the opening range, breakout, pullback finding support at the previous range, and it gives confirmation candle, increasing volume for the move up. Very nice. I didn't take it because I'm really perfectionist for my breakouts, and I see just one candle breakout, so I didn't take it. I just took actually an interesting PLTR entry here, and I think this one is a little bit more clean. We see the same pattern, right? opening range, we see small breakout, pullback, and we see a little bit of a stronger breakout. We see again the pullback, low volume, and I entered here for a continuation setup. I put my stop loss back to break even because I didn't want to manage the position because I'm doing this presentation. But you can see that the price action is now moving further up. So, and actually now it's also breaking out further. The other stock that I traded was MSTR. Yeah, it's a little bit more complex. Why I had it on my watch list? Previous day, yesterday was very strong, closing at the high. Post market was strong. Pre-market held above the yesterday close, and then we saw the price action moving up. But okay, let's not go too deep into this topic of MSTR. The idea is simply strong breakout move from a range, pullback, preferable low volatility, preferable that pullback finds support at the previous range, give some volume signals, and then we move up. For example, this trade in PLTR was a very, very nice example, right? We see basically a range, we see a breakout, we see the price action pulling back, finding support here, breaking out again, pulling back, low volume, finding support also at the previous day close, and I entered here, got that break even, but now you see that the price action would move to my target. I would put my stop loss just below the pullback, so it would give a very good risk to reward, and I would here already be at probably 2R or a little bit more. So breakout, firm breakout, pullback, confirmation, right? That's the idea, and also always in a stock in place. So let's take a look at a small presentation that I made. So presentation is how to read the pullback, right? And pullback is of course just part of it because it's about the initial move up, then the pullback, and then the confirmation, right? So how to read the pullback: first breakout trend, second pullback, third confirmation. So what do we want to see in the breakout? We want to see a convincing leg. Could be either to the long side, to the short side. It should be convincing, right? Like a strong move up. Preferable increasing volume on the way up. Preferable increasing size of candle on the move up. These are all like subtle clues of strength. Firm candles, firm volume. And it's very important to always distinguish between, is the price action in a trend or is it range, right? And for the breakout, we want to see a trend. So like the first lesson, if you're like a scalper, at least for my style of trading, you want to distinguish between, learn how to distinguish between trending price action and a rangy price action, right? Or trending price action versus choppy price action. We don't want to trade choppy price action. So the first breakout could be from a range, could be from the opening range, should be convincing, right? Increasing volume, increasing size. Let's take a look, for example, at this example in AMD. What do we see here? So I entered here around 1038. What did we see before? A strong move up, firm move up, candles closing at the high, strong volume. Then we see the pullback, right? We see low volume in the pullback. The only green candle in the pullback has it's even more volume and it's engulfing the previous candle. So more subtle clues that the price action is holding. Price action is holding above the previous high of the day. Then we see confirmation, higher volume. So I enter and I scalp my way up, right? But this example is about the strong move up, firm move up. Here as well, Tesla last week. Opening, market open 930, opening range, breakout, firm candles, right? Increasing strong volume, candles closing at the high. Price action make a little pullback, coming up again, another firm move up. So I enter here and I scalp the way up, right? But the idea is about distinguishing, looking at this breakout from this range. Two examples of a strong breakout trend where it starts, right? Trading the pullback starts with a nice trend up. Now let's take a look at the pullback. What do we want to see in the pullback? In case of a long, if there's has been a firm move up, price action coming down, then we want to see signals of buying from the bottom of the pullback, right? So we look for confirmation from the bottom of the pullback. Remember, in case of a long, could be short job. In case of a long, strong move up, pullback, look for the confirmation in the bottom of the pullback. What are subtle clues? For example, low volatility, small candles in the pullback. There could be volume signals, low volume in the pullback. It's also, I think, a very interesting topic, and we're going to take a look at some examples later. The steepness or the angle from the pullback, right? Because there could be a pullback, but if it's really steep, it's of course like a little subtle clue of weakness. There's relative market strength. If you're stronger than the rest of the market, it's a good sign in case of a long. And of course, the volume price analysis, like the volume signals. Let's take a look at a few more examples. Here we see Tesla. Again, opening range, breakout, high volume, right? So the structure, opening range, breakout. Price action, finding support. And each time the price action coming down, it's getting bought up. Coming down, getting bought up. Coming down, getting bought up. The volume signals, each way on the way down, you see lower volume. We get a confirmation candle closing at the high volume. So I enter and I move up, right? So again, price action moving up, convincing leg up, pullback, price action finds support, look for subtle clues, confirmation, taking it long. Now the final example, here coin from a bit ago. Market opens 9:30, strong move up, right? Candles all closing at the high. The candles are not decreasing in size. Actually, the volume is increasing. Pullback, low volume, confirmation candle. I take it long, I take my profit. Move up, pullback, confirmation. Yeah, so I think that is very important when you're trading the pullback, when you're trading the ABCD setup, right? Because it's also called an ABCD setup, where the A to B is the first move, B to C is the pullback, and the C to D is like the second leg that you're trying to catch. If you find it interesting, I have a complete course on opening range break trading available on tradingterminal.com. Because of Black Friday, there's now a 50% discount. So if you're interested, and it's a full course, almost 10 hours, discussing reading the pre-market price action, finding stocks in play, and of course, candle for candle reading. You can find it on Trading Terminal. So now let's take a look with this, what we discussed. Let's take a look at the price action of today, right? See how we can apply it of today, right? Because, and I'm gonna stop sharing the screen for a moment, and I'm going to go back in. So, one moment, guys. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take a look at some possibilities that the market gave us. If my computer is cooperating. Yes, it seems to be here right now. So let's take a look with this, what we just discussed. Let's take a look at the price action of today, right? Because that's always very fun, right? Theory is one thing. But in practice is more important, right? And as there's a famous saying, in theory, practice and theory is the same. But in practice or in reality, theory and practice are not the same. However, we still can apply it, and then you will see there is definitely validity in it. So let's, for example, take a look at PLTR. I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger. So what do we see? Right? Opening range, 1 minute. We form a range. We see the breakout. We see the pullback. Pullback is not too steep. I didn't think the pullback was very clean. But here we see a little bit of a stronger pullback from this range. Candles closing at the high. We see this very subtle, strong pullback. Like volume getting smaller, finding support above the previous day close. So we enter here for the breakout. Because I'm doing this presentation, I got at the break even, but it would have run to the target. I think that was a very prime example, right? Move up, pullback, confirmation, volume signals. And as always, you need to have a stock in play, right? If the stock is not in play, you can forget about it. So what about Tesla? Tesla, we can see yeah, for example, here you see the breakout from the range, but I like to see like a little bit more confirmation from the first leg out. It was like a one strong candle up, but I like to see like a little bit more confirmation, a little bit more candle. So I didn't take it, but here you see like the nice pullback, finding support above the previous range, confirmation, increasing volume for the move up. And especially actually here you see as well, right? You see like it's not really that convincing, but we see like a little bit of a move up. We see the pullback, finding support above this level, confirmation, increasing volume, low volume in the pullback for another move up. What is MSTR doing? The thing with MSTR is it looked super strong, but I didn't really like I thought the price actually was not that clean. It can always be cleaner. Yeah, I think so. That was the most interesting thing. I think SMCI gave also a very nice pullback, actually, by the way. So SMCI, of course, it's a very different story, right? Very interesting story. But anyway, this morning there was a lot of volume. Around 30 minutes before the market opened, there was already 12 million shares traded, which is a lot. Well, price action opens, coming down. You could consider it choppy price. You could also consider it bottoming price action. Here we see a strong move up, right? Increasing volume on the move up. We see a pullback, low volume, and we see the confirmation candle above. At that point, the price action found also support above the opening range. I didn't take it because I think it can be still a little bit more cleaner, but this is the idea, right? Firm move up, pullback, volume signals, low volatility, confirmation candle, in stocks in play. So, yeah, this was it. I hope that you guys found it interesting. I think it was pretty technical what we discussed, but that is also fun. So, yeah, Brent, if there are any questions, you can just let me know.
Oh, you don't have chat open?
No.
Okay. Any questions for anybody? From anybody? Question. Okay, from the PPT chat room. How much of an opening range is enough to be confident?
How much of an opening range is, of course, a question. What do you mean by how much is an opening range? But I think, of course, first, like an opening range shouldn't be too extended, right? You don't want to have an opening range that's very far extended from VWAP. You don't want to have an opening range that is like already more than 1/8 full ATR, right? Because then there's less explosivity for the breakout. And I think also that the opening range relates to like the late pre-market price action, the pre-market price action. I think that's important with regard to the opening range, that you don't want to have an extended opening range. And of course, it's also about reading the 1 minute price action within the opening range.
Okay, I have one from YouTube. At what percentage do you set your stop loss?
That depends per setup. I don't use a percentage. You could put your stop loss below the opening range, but you would have a wide stop loss. So your risk to reward would go down, but your win rate would go up. Or you could put your stop loss halfway the opening range. Or you could put your stop loss below the VWAP, or in case of a long, right? Short would be vice versa. Or you could put your stop loss below where the price action bounced from on the 1 minute chart. For the opening range and for the pullback, I like to set it below the pullback, right? Below where the price action bounced from. So for example, in the example of PLTR that we discussed, I put it like below the pullback, because the idea is that the price action will move.
Okay, here's one from Mox. What levels are you watching, if any, like pre-market, PDC, others?
I like levels that are, I think, first of all, of course, yesterday close is important, but I also like to look at higher time frame levels, right? Like levels where the price action really bouncing off many times. And I could share my screen. There's a very interesting level in PLTR. So I'm going to share my screen again. Hope you get it. So yeah, there's this level in PLTR. So PLTR basically had this very strong move up at earnings early November, then reforming like this range. And there's really like this low here. I think it's more or less, right? It's not exact to the penny, it's more or less like 58.69. Each time the price actually comes in, bounce off, comes in, bounce off it, comes in, bounce off it, like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So therefore, I was already in the pre-market looking at PLTR. And only for the people who like it, I'll go a little bit more technical. In the pre-market, we were already nearing that level. Right? And what did we see in the pre-market? We noticed that there actually were 4 waves, more or less the same size if you calculate from the top. First leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg into that level, right? So an extended move in that level. Then we saw like a range forming, bottoming price action, and the late pre-market was strong, engulfing candle. So I felt PLTR already could be strong, right? Strong bounce. But when the price action moved too fast after the open. So, but to come back to your question, I like to look at higher time frame levels. So levels on the higher time frame, daily chart, 60-minute chart, where the price action bounced off multiple times.
Great. We're hitting 10:45, so we usually try to wrap around now. So if you want to close us out, that'd be great.
All right. Well, if you find it interesting, you can, if you get any questions, just send me a mail, lenny@pcapitaltrading.com. And if you enjoyed opening range break trading, take a look at my course for Black Friday, 50% off. Have a great day. See you tomorrow again. Bye all.